Hi, you guys, and welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. One word. As you can see on my side, we. Oh, I'm ashy. Oh, I'm ashy. Well, at least y'all know I wash my hands. We're going to be watching Love After Lockup in 54 minutes and counting. Okay, so keep that on the ticker. So if you see me rushing out of here, it's because of this. Okay, so make sure you register. I tagged the link on YouTube in the comments and I pinned it in I'm sorry, I tagged it in Facebook and I pinned it on YouTube. So make sure you register because it's free. Okay. And then also too, I want you guys to know we're gonna be doing this every week because honey, I'm addicted to this show. And for next week, if you want to watch it, but you want a cheap subscription, because I know y'all cheap, use our code Nosy New Year so you can get half off of any subscription. So that's the 1 month, the 1 year, or the 3 month subscription. So you can get half off, but you got to get it before January 31st because this code expires. So make sure you get it because next week we're going to be watching that. And then the week after that, we're watching Brother Husbands. Okay. We're gonna be watching Brother Husbands, all right? Because we know y'all want to watch Brother Husbands. So we got you on lock on all the good shows. Don't worry about buying a subscription service. We'll watch it together. Okay. So that's my gift to y'all. All right, let's see who's all in the building because we have to talk about Tasha K. We got to talk about a strange DM that I got the other day, which I'm not going to show you the DM. I'm just going to read it to you. And it has to do with the Zakira Kemp case that I see that is picking up traction. So shout out to Jelana, her mother. I sent her mother over the DMs and we're going to read them today because they're very unusual. And it's from one of the individuals who was driving the car that Zakira Kemp was killed in. So we're going to talk about that because he had a whole lot to say and I want to get into it. But first, let's see who's all in the building. And remember, use Nosy New Year so you can get half off of your subscription for the time being. Okay, that makes sense, right? Use this code now so you can save yourself money over the year. Hello, Brenna. Hello, Amber. Hello, is it Wandella? There's a lot of halls in here. Are we related? Okay, this is from Just Boosh. She said, ready. Hey, this is from Tati. Tatia? Hello, Tatia. This is from me. Hello. This is from Auntie Tonisha. What's up, Auntie Tonisha? How you doing today? What's up, Taylor? What's up, Ray Bishop? How you doing? Hello, Melanie. Hello, Reese. Hello, G Flow. G Flow, I've never seen you here before. Says hello, all. Nose is ready, itching for the tea. G Flow, I never seen you before, but I feel like you're quite hilarious. So I'm glad that you're here. What's up, Amber? Hello, Wine V. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Tynesha. How you doing today? Hello, Brown Delight. What's up, Lisa? What's up, Susan Zen Sound? Hello, Kamiko. Hello, Triple Leo. Hello, AC. Hello, R Virgil. What's up, Natalie? That's hey, Nosy Cousins. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I know it's payday. That's why y'all in here. It's payday for me too. Okay. It's payday for me. Payday for y'all. I know it's payday. It's Friday. What's up, Calypso? Hello, Jocelyn. Hello, Saint Hudson. Hello, Anastasia. Hello, MK. Hello, Wandella again. How you doing? It says yes. You said it. You said it right. Wandella. Okay, Wandella, but the last name. We got the same last name. We related. You my cousin on my mama's side or my daddy's side? Because you're on my daddy's side. We're gonna have to block you. I'm just kidding. Hello, Calypso. Hello, Naya. How you doing today? Hello, Danny. This is from Bentley's My World. Says, hey, Chief, the Zakira Kemp case is a mess. Gerald was on live today talking so bad about Zakira's. No, he wasn't. What he said? He got us blocked. So what did he say? What he say? Because I'm gonna need the tea. But first, before you even get into that, let's get started with this Larry Reid story that's been blowing up across social media. Child, a hot ghetto mess. Let's get started with Larry Reid. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So before we can get into Tasha K deciding to take a deep dive into Larry Reid, we have to first figure out how it started. And in my earliest recollection, 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 in my earliest recollection, in my earliest recollection, I don't know why I can't the earliest I could recall, okay? The earliest I could recall. Child, the earliest I can recall, I don't know what's wrong. I'm hoping I'm not having a mild stroke. The earliest that I could recall, it began with this live stream right here. And if you guys don't recall, this live stream is probably the catalyst that started everything. Okay. Go sit, write it down and read it. Girl, get out of here, ERTs. How you doing today? Child, I take a lot of Benadryl too, so that's probably doing something to my brain. The earliest the earliest I can recall began with this infamous live stream. So we're going to go all the way back to last summer. Okay. Let me take you down memory lane. So last summer, Bishop Whitehead had gotten his church robbed. And in that time, everybody was coming to the forefront because, again, we really didn't know who Bishop Whitehead was, but in the church circuit, everybody knew who he was. He had even met Larry Reid at some gala event, I want to assume in Atlanta. That's the best I can recall from the last time that they had actually met each other in person. So Larry Reid goes live with this woman by the name of Genesis Warren. So Larry Reid goes live with Genesis Warren, and they're keying about Bishop Whitehead's robbery. Now, they were speculating that they thought it just seemed kind of odd. It was a setup. The bishop was too calm, and a bunch of other things. I encourage you to go check it out on Official King Jive's page. Well, Bishop Whitehead did not take lightly to people making fun of his altercation, and he hopped in the box, as they say on TikTok. Okay? He hopped in the box. So when he got into the box, he came out guns a-blazing. He said everything from um, um, uh, anti-LGBTQ epithets, and even called Genesis Warren Biggie Smalls. So after that live stream, that's when it was really on between Larry Reid and Bishop Whitehead. That's where it really started. Now, Bishop Whitehead began his campaign against Larry Reid in the subsequent months after by playing an infamous recorded call between Daryl Patrick and now by the name of somebody by the name of Ty, who alleges that he was a victim of Larry Reid's back when he was a parishioner at Larry Reid's youth ministry in South Carolina or North Carolina. Now, that individual by Ty never came forward, but it is suspected that Daryl Patrick either reached out to Bishop Whitehead or Bishop Whitehead reached out to him to get those recordings and the name of that alleged victim. But then again, Larry Reid came out guns a-blazing and kind of admonished those allegations. And so we kind of thought it was over. But I guess not for Bishop Whitehead, because he continued his campaign. And in his last live stream, while he actually was on a phone call with this mystery victim by the name of Ty, Bishop Whitehead stated, and I quote, "This is not my realm of expertise. I'm going to hand this over to a blogger." And that was it. He never talked about it again. The next week, I'm giving you guys the full timeline. In the next week, Bishop Whitehead randomly showed up on Tasha K's live stream on her app called Tasha K Live, and they were talking in some sort of code as though they didn't want to let out what they had planned. But Tasha K was going over the same subsequent timing of events as I'm doing now, but she was not alluding to that she was going to cover this story. Now, fast forward a couple more weeks, and Conscious TV, that you guys know here on YouTube, had published an audio recording between Tasha K and Larry Reid. Tasha K had brought those accusations back to Larry privately, and I guess she was attempting to get him to admit to something which he did not. Now, fast forward to this week exactly. Conscious TV had published 2 videos in regards to Lamar Whitehead, as well as Tasha K. Now, Tasha K didn't say anything because she could care less, but Bishop Whitehead did not take lightly to it. And in those videos, Conscious TV was discussing Bishop Whitehead and his wife filing for divorce, which I don't know if he produced any paperwork for it, but he basically said in the live stream that Bishop Whitehead and his wife had separated. And because Conscious TV on YouTube has a very close mentor-mentee relationship with Larry Reid, that's when Bishop Whitehead planned his attack. And then that's where we are today. Now, I'm not entirely sure, after going through the timing of events, I'm not entirely sure when the fallout between Larry Reid and Tasha K occurred. Some people say it had to do with Larry Reid giving Tasha K a referral for an attorney who really ended up destroying her case against Cardi B. Some people say it was between a brand deal. Some people say it was between a joint venture together, like a podcast or something of that nature. But something occurred between Tasha K and Larry Reid, and their relationship had dissolved. The earliest that I could figure out when their relationship had ended had to have been sometime in August or September, because a friend of mine stated that they did an interview with Tasha K, and that she was recommended to do it by Larry Reid, and Larry Reid basically was the liaison between those two. So I'm not entirely sure if it occurred after that fact, but it did. Let me get to some of your comments and we're going to continue. Okay. It was pure comedy. Child, the laugh was something else. This from Parrish. What's up, Parrish? Said, not Jive. Yes, honey, Jive. If you go to Bishop Whitehead's last live stream he did last night, he actually said that he was coming for King Jive as well, including King Jive, Conscious TV, and Kirk Franklin. So he stated, and I quote, he had tea on all three of them that he had turned over to a blogger. One of the bits of tea that he stated he turned over to a blogger includes a court document with an alleged pastor's name on it who had spread an STI or STD to a number of other people, including a long laundry list of other bishops. So I don't know who is feeding Lamar Whitehead all of this tea, but it's definitely somebody at the tippity top. And it's definitely somebody with a ton of power, because Bishop Whitehead would not have gotten this by himself. No way. No way. As somebody who gets into celebrity gossip and just going down the pipeline myself, having gone down the pipeline myself, I'll tell you this much right now. Whoever Bishop Whitehead is disseminating this information to, he's not doing it alone. And I'm not talking about Tasha K. Tasha K is just the mouthpiece who puts the story together. But who's ever sending Bishop Whitehead all of this tea knows all the people that he's sending all of this tea to. And I'm not kidding. Now, I have a hypothesis on who I think it is. I don't know if I'm going to release that hypothesis, but I have a very strong hypothesis who is doing this to Larry Reid, who is attempting to attack Kirk Franklin on behalf of Whitehead, who is going to attack these two other bloggers, Conscious TV and what's it called? Conscious TV and King Jive. I have a strong inclination of who I think it is. And this is just based on fact-finding information I did, because here's the thing about Lamar Whitehead. Unlike the bloggers who are very good at keeping their lips tight about their sources, Bishop Whitehead is not. He's not. So all it takes is just watching a lot of his live streams to kind of put the pieces together. And I have a strong inclination on who I think it is who is helping Bishop Whitehead command the charge against all of these different people. I have a strong inclination on who I think it is. And no, it is not Kirk Franklin's son. It's somebody way more rich and way more powerful. And all you have to do is think about who exactly doesn't like Kirk Franklin. What other pastor in the arena don't like Kirk Franklin that you've seen their mouthpiece, i.e. blogs, smear him across? Who exactly have you seen been dog walking Larry Reid across the internet? Child, put two and two together. Who is the only blog that Bishop Whitehead ever tags in all his videos? Because he only tags one, which I find odd, because there's billions of them out there, but he only tags one. So whatever's going on, it is definitely a targeted campaign, and whoever it's doing it is doing so on the behest, right? On the behest of someone else, and they're using Bishop Whitehead to do so. Mm. To say it ain't so cheap. Ciao. The fact it's all connected. I didn't realize everything was all connected until I did the Core Jakes series. I had no idea. I was just a person who was just on the internet with a literal degree in, or is it right here? I don't know where it's at for you guys. Where is it at? Is it right here? I can't see it. Hold on. No, it's right here. Okay. With a literal degree in analytics and research. So my spidey sense was always tingling about that story, and I didn't realize how interconnected all of it was. He and not only is Whitehead cursing everybody out, he's doing it with receipts. It's not like he's coming without fact. It's not like he's coming without receipts, right? Not a pulpit gangster. He definitely is that. He's definitely a pulpit gangster. He's definitely a pulpit gangster. But yeah, so somebody's feeding him information because somebody's trying to get rid of a lot of people fast. Somebody is, in my personal opinion, somebody trying to get rid of a lot of people fast. Thank you, AK. I appreciate that. Not Kirk. Yes, honey, Kirk. Sophisticated. You said, "Oh, hi, everyone in mods." What does that mean? There's no moderators here. This from Broderick. What's up, Broderick? Says, "Hey, fam, I made it. How you doing today?" Ciao. Ciao. I'm telling you right now, and I hate to say it, the only reason knock on wood, but the only reason why I feel like I've never been come after is because I don't put out all my receipts. That's why. I don't put them all out because I'll be damned if somebody try to come after me because I'll release the beast on people. So I keep my receipts like this. My receipts are literally my protection. You just don't release them all, right? Yeah, you could make a lot of money real fast, but once that money dries up, you have no added protection. You have to keep your receipts very closely guarded to you. Do you see what I mean? You have to. You have to keep your receipts closed. That's all you got in this world, in the world of blogging, specifically celebrity gossip. If you just dish out all of your receipts, then you have nothing. And then you're just rubbing two nickels together, hoping that you don't get sued for libel and slander. You understand what I mean? So you got to be really, really, really careful about how it is you do it. You got to do it smart. Just tell the story. Don't get in the middle of it because the story ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just the mouthpiece to tell it. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay. And I think a lot of bloggers are starting to treat it as such. Stop putting yourself in the middle of the story like you are the main character. You're not the main character. You're just the storyteller. I think Tasha K learned that very early on when she covered the Cardi B story, that you are not the main character. And because you decided to become the main character, that's how you got royally sued. Don't become the main character. Just share the story, right? You're supposed to be neutral. You're supposed to just be sitting in the back and just letting the people speak, asking them fact-finding questions, and then taking those answers and letting it lead you to other bits of information. But you're not supposed to be like, I'm the queen and it's about me and you can't do that. You can get sued. You just gonna get sued. It's not about any story I cover. It's not about me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. So when I read the comments after the fact, not in the live stream, but when I read the comments in the comment section of my videos, and I'll get so many people who just miss that mark. They'll be like, "Why do you say this? And why do you feel like this?" And at no point in time did I ever say I felt this way. I think this. I know this. All I'm doing is just telling the story. But I'm telling it so well that people think that I'm including myself in it when I'm literally not. I'm just telling you what it is. But as far as Bishop Whitehead, there's no way. It would be astronomically impossible for Bishop Whitehead to be able to disseminate information the way that he does without help. That's just fact. That's just fact. That's just fact. And I'm not talking about the storytelling part. I'm talking about the gathering of the evidence part. How Bishop Whitehead got interconnected with Daryl Moore means that either he reached out to Daryl Moore, Someone said you need to talk to Daryl Moore, or Daryl Moore did his best to get Bishop Whitehead's attention and gave him that story. Because we all know that when in this case here, that Larry Reid's case against Daryl Moore, he won it. He sued him for libel, slander, and assault, and he won. So we know for a fact that Daryl Moore could not continue with that story against Larry Reid. So he had to find another way to get it disseminated. And he sat on it for so long, and then bing, bang, boom, now Tasha K has it, right? Yeah. Right. Let me get some of your comments in here. You said, not the beast. For real. This from Rhonda Light says, yes. Keep it up until you need it. Yeah. Precisely. This from Calypso says, well, give us a hint on the hypothesis. Ooh, child. This is from Jasmine says, the blue magic hair grease keeping you covered. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's just gotta be. Baby, this beyond me. Honey, child. Okay. Because y'all know they've been coming after Kirk Franklin for years. And I did not notice it until when I did that 6-part series on the Shade Room. And so many of you guys had DM'd me and was like, oh, the Shade Room, they only highlight the positive sides of the Potter's house. But honey, when it comes to every other pastor, they will lay into them thick. They lay into Jamal Bryant. They lay into Kirk Franklin, honey. They lay into every single pastor under the sun except TD Jakes. And when I found out that half of the staff who work at the Potter's house also work at the Shade Room, I was like, well, that's a done deal for me. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. This is from Tanika says he doesn't have access to those stories, receipts alone. He doesn't have access to those stories, receipts alone. Who doesn't have access to them? This is from Noya says, but what is Cora's connection? That's her father. Cora has no connection to the story. She's just an idiot. Her only connection to the Potter's house is the fact that TD Jakes is her dad. That's it. That's it. You said, Charles, this is a mess. It is a mess. It's a mess. So I never knew anyone had issues with Kirk. You need to go check out the Shade Room's page. At least twice a month, they air some horrible story about Kirk Franklin, which I had no idea until I did that story on the Shade Room. I had no clue. I said, why are they always bashing him? I said, oh, apparently him and TD Jakes had a fallout. Because prior to the fallout, they never covered stories about him the way they do. They never did. They never covered stories about him at the length at which they do. They never did. I don't know what the fallout is too. John Gray, that's right. Yeah, he's been. Yeah. Yeah. This is from Renee says, Lord, I'm late. Like a cousin from the daddy side. This is from Brown Mama says, the love for money and fame will catch you every time. Larry said that charge was coming along with more charges. So being a mouthpiece may cause Whitehead could cause Whitehead like Tasha. But here's the thing, Bishop Whitehead never told the story. Does that make sense? And anytime he did say it, he said it was alleged. He said, this is what I heard. This is alleged. And when he sat down and did the interview with the guy off camera, the guy Ty, I think his name is Ty Sean or something, the one that Tasha Kate's interviewing this Sunday, he let him do the talking. So he really didn't do anything. Legally, he didn't do anything wrong. Technically. You say, yeah, you can't believe everything. You shouldn't believe anything the Shade Room publishes. Nothing. This is from Louis Harris says, is Bishop Whitehead a real bishop? He is licensed New York State chaplain and a certified marriage and funeral officiant. He is a bishop. I believe he's an ordained bishop. But you got to check yourself. Not entirely sure, but he's a bishop. And I don't see a whole lot of people questioning that about him. You understand what I mean? But yeah, so this is how we got here, right? It all began with this infamous live stream, and that's really how we're here, right? This is how we got here because of this. This is the most famous live stream I'd ever seen in a while, and that's how we got here. That's how we got here. Insert Daryl Moore. Insert Tasha K. Now, whatever Tasha K and Larry Reid, I don't know, however their relationship had ended, but it must have been enough for I don't know Tasha K personally, so I can't be like, it was so big that it caused her to do this, because it could be small. She could be incredibly petty. Larry Reid could said he owed her $5 and he didn't pay her back and she would have did this. I don't know. You see what I mean? I don't know. I don't know Tasha K's nature to just be like, oh, she would never do something like this. Larry had to really strike a chord with her. I don't know that. I don't know that woman at all. But what I do know is that she is going full speed ahead with this story. And I'm assuming, because I haven't heard the story being shared anywhere else, I can only assume Larry is doing damage control with the other bloggers so that they don't take wind of it. Does that make sense? I have not seen it trending on Twitter yet. I've only seen it trending on TikTok. That's it. And Facebook, but not Twitter. So, and I've seen it trending on YouTube. So, I don't know why she's decided to launch this campaign, but she seems like she has an axe to grind with Larry. That's what it feels like. It seems like that she's got an axe to grind with him, and I'm not entirely sure. Let me get to some of your comments. What's up, Quema says, late but in the house. Yeah, how you doing today? This is from Case says, yes, they do stuff. People question it on his lives all the time. Question what on his lives, Kay? Can you be more specific? This is from Amanda says, yes, ordained. You cannot marry or funeralize without an ordination. So he is ordained. I'm not entirely sure if you're saying he is or he isn't. It's from Brown to Life says, yes, I believe he is trying to do damage control. You think so? You said off topic is Kanye was married. No clue. This is from Tiana says Tasha K is going to end up getting sued again. You think so? Yvonne says, yeah, not yet. They calling Larry to come outside. Mm. Mm. What's up, Sheree? How you doing today? This from Amanda says, yes, he's always super chatting with creators, trying to be and make friends. Who? Who is always super chatting with creators? Who? Can you be specific? Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure. This from Raw Meat Stew says Tasha K was as a child, so she takes matters like this seriously. Mm. Hmm. Yeah. If that's true, I imagine that she would take this seriously. Yeah, I imagine that she would take this seriously. Interesting. This is from Amanda says, yes, he is ordained. Yeah, I figured he was. It'd be a hard thing to lie about, you know. This from Ray Bishop says, he's ordained minister, but people question the validity of his consecration of bishop. You mean Bishop Whitehead? Who are we talking about? Can y'all just be a little more specific? Let's just say their names, because I don't know if you're because remember they both preach, Larry and Bishop Whitehead. So I'm not entirely sure what you guys are referring to. I'm not entirely sure whom you're referring to, but yeah, the story's a hot mess. The story is a hot mess. I mean, I'm gonna watch the interview because I'm curious. You understand what I mean? I am gonna watch the interview because I am incredibly curious as to who this guy is and what he's got to say. Are you guys gonna watch it? Thumbs up if you're gonna watch it. Thumbs down if you're not. If it's on Tasha K's app, we can watch it here at the Nosy Bystanders because I have a Tasha K account. Um, just let us know if you want us to watch it. YMV says the only bishop I recognize up here is Ray Bishop. Yes, Whitehead. Okay. Hello, Amber. How you doing today? This from Pastor Dawn. The new things God is doing. Hey, Pastor Dawn says, why didn't Tasha K take it further with D Moorhead? Who is D Moorhead? If she was so interested, who's D Moorhead? Who is that? Hmm. You said, Lord, there's too much tea spilled in an hour. Child, we have to get to it. It's the news. This is from Noya. I hope I'm saying that right. Like Goya. Noya says, I cannot figure out why criminal charges were not filed. Typically, specifically when it comes to the M word, most kids don't talk about it till they're older. So it's just the nature of the beast. It's a shameful, allegedly, right? When it happens to any child, allegedly, it's a shameful thing. And the person whom does it to them, they're really good at keeping the child to not speak. Like, oh, this is just a game, or oh, I'm your friend, and oh, everyone does it. Your mommy and daddy do it too. So they're so good at like the psychological warfare that the kid doesn't realize that they're actually in something until they get out of it. Does that make sense? I think she meant Daryl Moore. Oh, let me go back up to the question. Why didn't Tasha K take it further with Daryl Moore if she's so interested? Can you elaborate, Pastor Dawn? Can you elaborate a little bit more, Pastor Dawn? What do you mean take it further? Can you help us out here? This is from Rod Mika. What's up, Rod? Says, yes, please. Can we watch it? It'll be on her app. Okay, we'll watch it. I'll pay for the app and we'll watch it. Okay, because I'm pretty sure I have an account there. Because I paid for it last time when we watched Bishop Whitehead's interview with her on her app. Yeah, we'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. Y'all, the money. Listen, we talked about this 2 days ago. The money y'all be making me spend just so y'all can watch stuff off of our back. I don't mind spending it, but y'all gonna bleed the nosy bystanders dry. Okay. That's okay. I'll pay for it. I don't mind it. This one Paris says, what did Reid do? I guess the allegation is that this man while he was his youth pastor. Smash that like button. Okay. I don't got no cash app in my bio, but support our Nosy Bystanders network by using our code Nosy New Year for half off a subscription. That's the best way you can support us. You got to support media. We do it the honest way. Again, there's no cash app in our bio, but buy our merch. It's nice. Okay. And it's cool. It's from Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Sharon Boxley, I like that last name, says Daryl and Reid are not supposed to share any info into their story. So nobody that downloaded all those videos shared it. Because these videos were originally posted on Daryl's YouTube page, correct, Sharon? I need one of y'all to give me a call. Because a lot of you in the chat are familiar with Daryl Moore and I'm not. And I asked y'all this last time I did a call out last time. I literally put my phone number in the chat. I said, can somebody just give me a call and give me the 411 on what this is? I would really like to talk to someone about it. But I don't know. This Daryl guy is a mystery because again, he's just kind of like went into the ashes. So I don't really know who he is. Only thing I know about Daryl is when he jumped back into the scene when Lamar Whitehead was in the forefront, right? Because that's how Lamar Whitehead got all this information, obviously from Daryl. So my question is, who is this Daryl Moore mystery man? You know what I mean? Whom is he? I'm not talking about years ago, I'm talking about today. He said, I'm trying to figure out what criminal charges were not filed. I'm talking about today because there's statute of limitations. Noya, there are statute of limitations. So sometimes you just miss the time, right? Sometimes you do. Sometimes you can. You just miss it. You just missed the deadline, right? So if he alleged that it happened to him when he was 15 or 13 or 14 or 15, if that man is like 35 now, the statute of limitations on that would have ran out by the time he realized what had occurred to him. You understand what I mean? You understand? He's a lovely girl. Okay, that'll do it. Okay, I appreciate that. This is from Brown Delight says, I told you let me borrow the BT login info. Girl, you're gonna get blocked, Brown Delight. This from Pastor Dawn says there was a statement saying that she feels for these people because she knew about this when Daryl talked about it, but never interviewed anybody then. When did she make the statement? Was this today? Was this today? Mm. You said if you are concerned with the validity of the bishop, go ask him. I'm not concerned about the validity of his bishopship. I think there's some people in the chat who are. I'm not entirely sure. I don't care if he's a bishop or not. I feel like you don't need to be a bishop to teach the word of God. Like I feel like that's something that you feel in your spirit. And God can call you to be a bishop or a preacher. So I've never had an issue with people who don't have the what's it called? That people who don't have the credentials, right? The bishop or things of that nature. So it doesn't matter to me either way or the other, you know. This from Nene Nicole says Daryl is how I learned anything concerning Larry and the allegation. I was very grateful as a Larry Kool-Aid drinker. What's up, Melanin? How you doing? Um, this is from Sheridan. What's up, Sheridan? Said the things between Tasha and Larry is absolutely disgusting. Yeah. It's like they're going to the jugular, you know? It's like they're going for the jugular. Like child essay is one of the hardest things you can beat when it comes to your name. Even if you beat it as a charge, you still have that like image across you. You know what I mean? Because kids are deemed so precious. So just having that stigma, right? That was he, is she, is he, even just having that question mark looming over your head is just bad for business. You know what I mean? It's just bad for business. This from Quinta. Quinta said I was late, but I got here with my Chick-fil-A about 30 minutes ago, and it's no, I didn't even get to go to Chick-fil-A. So thanks for throwing it in everybody's face. Okay. I hope you got some Polynesian sauce. This from Parrish says, did Tasha K talk about it first or was it the victim? The victim sat down and did audio recordings with Daryl Moore a number of years back. The victim had never come forward, so no one even knew who he was. Then the lawsuit between Larry Reid and Daryl Moore kind of squashed it because there was a gag order put in place. And then, bam, here comes Lamar Whitehead. And I don't know if Lamar Whitehead reached out to Daryl Moore or if Daryl Moore reached out to Bishop Whitehead, but somehow they crossed paths with one another, and that's how Bishop Whitehead got in connection with the alleged victim, who goes by the name of Ty. So I don't know how their lines cross, but they cross. This from Melanin says, say what now? I read the comments 3 times in a row. I don't get it. This from Miss Ann says, I thought there was no limitation on child SA. I'm confused. Every state is different. Every single state is different. Every state is different. So depending on what state it occurred in, which I don't know, because we're going to find out on Sunday when we watch the interview, we'll know. But I don't know if there was a statute of limitations on it. I don't. This from Melanin Mama says, I'm jealous. I was some Chick-fil-A. Yeah, me too. You said, but Larry doesn't seem to be going for the jugular. Tasha does, and it seems unprovoked. And she has a pattern of doing this to other YouTubers. Name 2 other YouTubers she did this to, Sheridan. I'm curious. I'm curious as to who they are. Conscious TV is live saying King Jive allegedly was blackmailed into apologizing. Apologizing to whom? Why is it happening now? I don't know. Kyle Green says, Daryl was the guy with the cigar, right? I don't even know what he looks like, you guys. He is the guy from the Mad Church disease went missing all of a sudden. I don't know who he is. I've never seen his face. YMV says there are a few men that called Daryl Moore about different encounters on Larry. Yeah, that's correct. Daryl said he didn't share anything with Whitehead. Then how did Whitehead get those recordings and those men's names? If Daryl Moore never told in his initial interviews with those men their identities, and how did Bishop Whitehead find it? That's correct. That sums it up. We need a chart. We need a chart on these people. We need a chart. We need a chart on these people. Okay. So to correct everything, Daryl Moore initially interviewed Ty. anonymously. Okay, let me make that clear. Anonymously. After Larry sued Daryl, there was a gag order and they both had to strip all of the content from both of each other off their social media accounts, which included those interviews with allegedly Ty. A couple of years went by and nothing. And then insert Bishop Whitehead, who then interviews Ty. Okay. After playing two of those audio recordings from Daryl Moore and Bishop Whitehead, it's still on Bishop Whitehead's Instagram page if you want to go listen to it. He interviews Ty anonymously on his live stream. And Ty tells the same story that he had been telling to Daryl Moore. Okay. So, how did Bishop Whitehead know to even call this man if this man's identity was only known to Daryl Moore? Daryl Moore can say it all till he's blue in the face. That I don't know Bishop Whitehead. I ain't talked to him. You're a lie. Because if this man remained anonymous, how did Bishop Whitehead find out who he was? Ty's the victim, Anastasia. Ty's the victim. He's the victim, the alleged victim. Ty's the alleged victim. He's the alleged anonymous victim who never came forward until today. Okay? So Moore has to be lying. He has to be. Because how would they even know who he was to go track him down, to sit him down for an interview? This from Kyle Green says, Daryl Moore had two friends on YouTube. Let me see your transcripts, lady. And Marcel from Mad Church Disease says, I'm sure one of them had the recordings too. And they had the victim's name, you think? That's a question from me to you. Do you think they also had the victim's name? We're going to have to get back into this. We're going to have to get back into this topic on Saturday because we're running out of time. I want to just pivot over and talk about these two. So the other day, and I want to talk about Zakira Kemp. Okay, so I want to pivot a little bit really quickly. So I got a DM the other day. Actually, I got a DM today. Oh, I wish people quit texting me. Hold on. So I got a DM today from the kid, from someone else who was messaging the kid whose name I'm not going to name because it's a child, who was driving Zakira Kemp's car. If you don't know the story of Zakira Kemp, she's just like 3 stories behind, so you guys can take your time and watch that sometime this weekend. She was a girl who went to a friend's birthday party from Texas to Maryland and got into a car crash and died. When her mother went to go, retrieve her remains and all her other effects in Maryland, she thought that her daughter was driving the car, but it turns out her daughter was in the back seat, and no one has been charged with driving her car, so she doesn't know. And none of the kids who were in the car with Zkira ever admitted to driving the vehicle. So the mother's kind of just left at this wonder, like, why won't anybody admit it? Were they drunk? What happened? The story is just bizarre in and of itself. So I got a DM today of a screenshot of a conversation that one of my followers got from the boy who was driving the vehicle. And it's just bizarre to say the least. So I'm going to read it to you. I'm not going to show it to you, but I will read it to you because it is weird. So the kid starts off and says, I don't know why the state of Maryland would lie. Basically, like Zakira's mother, Jelana, has stated that the state of Maryland is lying. They're protecting these kids and a bunch of other things. You really have to watch the story to understand what I'm about to read you right now. But I'm going to begin, okay? Because we got 10 minutes. So he says, I don't even know why the state of Maryland would have to lie. And why would the police would have to lie? And even better, the ambulance or the hospital. Why would anybody lie? Why would anybody try to cover up this story? It was just a simple accident. Then he says, Get outside yourself and think humanely with everything that's going on and be logical. We not no special people that have the coat of protection. We're just some regular people going through some stuff just like everyone else is every single day. He said, we're just not deciding to live in conspiracy theories. We don't have time to live in conspiracy theories. We live in the real world and it affected everybody. Talking about Zakira's death, it affected all of them. He then goes on to say that who has time to fake these injuries because he broke his kneecap. And I think some people were alleging that his injuries were fake. Think logically, who has literal time to do that with everything going on in the world, and who has time to get into conspiracy theories? Something about our friend, we lived in reality where we're going through stuff and don't have time for people who don't really care. Y'all don't care. When she was here and she was going through a lot and she stayed with us and she ate with us and she worked with us and she called our house home, and we all understood that we were here for each other in one place, and we were here and we only had each other. Home is where the heart is. Home is where my family is. And see, that's some stuff that people would never understand. And that's some stuff, and that's the same stuff that people lack in their homes. They overlook that. That's some stuff that people don't give a darn about their kids and why they overlook it. That's why they talk down to her friends. That's why they call us murderers. That's why they hate us, but never want to speak on the type of environment that made Zakira leave her home. He said the type of stuff that made her even want to move to Maryland, and that's the type of stuff that made her move out of her dorm and move in with us. He said, mind you, we didn't care because that's the type of people we are. We're raised to love and embrace one another and not hate each other. But that's honest stuff. Y'all don't want to know anything about that stuff. That's the stuff that y'all don't really care about and never did. So why would I give a F about talking to a bunch of random bloggers who never gave a F about us in the first place? He said, I'll wait. He said, like I said before, peace and blessings and less stress. Mm. So I thought that was, yeah, I thought that was he hit that was a monologue, wasn't it? I thought that was interesting that he had said that, right? Like, because I had no idea that she had moved out of her dorm. I thought she just went on vacation to Maryland for a birthday party. I had no idea she had actually left her dorm. So when I sent that to her mother, I have not heard from Jelana. So I don't know if she's busy. She does work. So I don't know if she's just busy, but I wanted to speak to her about that because I didn't know her daughter left her dorm to move with them. I thought she was just there for a birthday party. I didn't realize that, like, was she running away to Maryland? Mm, that's a great question, Chas. Princeton says, that's very interesting. I wonder, did her mom know? Oh. Sherry, girl, we right here. We're going to be on the network in 7 minutes. We're going to be on the network in 7 minutes. Don't you worry. If you, um, if you look at the pinned comment on YouTube, Sherry, that's where we're going to be in 7 minutes. So make sure you click it and register so you can watch live. This is from Sound Wonder says, so why no one showed up to the viewing? That is a great question. I don't know. AK says the mother's family alleges the mother didn't treat her well too. I heard those allegations and I didn't want to press her on it because, it's hard. I've talked to her mother a numerous amount of times. It's hard to talk to someone and press them on stuff when their child is dead. You understand what I mean? So I don't want to press her on it, but I've heard those as well, that she was stern with her. She was like a stern parent. Does that make sense? She was like very like, sorry, I'm missing something. Oh, got it. She was like a really stern parent. That's what I heard. Like very like strict. And when her daughter didn't do something she liked, she would just tell her to get out of the house. That kind of stern, those kind of parents. This from Latasha says, so why when the mom called, they wouldn't tell her anything if they are about the truth? I don't know. There's a missing link there. So I reached out to that boy. I sent him a DM with my phone number, and I had the person who sent it to me, I had them send him my phone number. I said, I want to talk to him because I'm interested in his story. I'm not interested in bashing him and calling him a murderer. I don't think he's a murderer. I do think it was just a horrific accident. That's what I do think. And I think when the mother came in swinging, guns a-blazing, kind of scared all the kids, like, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? Like, but I want to know what Gerald said to that mom. I'm curious about what Gerald said to that mother, said about that mother. So, he said, what's the network link? It's pinned. It's a pinned comment at the top. So just scroll all the way up to the pinned comment. You should see it at the top on YouTube if you just scroll all the way up. Did I pin it? Oh, heck no, it's not pinned. Hold on, let me pin it for you. Why did it move the pinned comment? Actually, I'll just put it in the comment section. I ain't gonna pin it. It's right there. Let me know if you get it. And if you're watching on Facebook and you want the link, it's right there. And also, it's all over Facebook. So if y'all ain't seen it yet on Facebook, I don't know what to tell y'all, okay? I don't know what to tell y'all. But that is it. That's all I have for the show this evening, you guys. I will catch you here on Love After Lockup, the watch party, in 4 minutes, okay? So I'll watch you over here in 4 minutes, okay? And this episode is free, but make sure you write down Nosy New Year at the bottom if you want to get a subscription for half off for the month of January. So make sure you sign up for that. You get a full month off, half off, no matter which plan that you pick. But this episode here, that's free. That's on me. Okay, so I'm gonna see y'all over there in 3 minutes and 39 seconds. I'm about to go into the living room and get ready because, whoo, child, the ghetto, okay? The ghetto, okay? So I will see you guys over at the Nosy Bystanders on Roku. If you have a Roku TV, download Nosy Bystanders and you will see it. Just scroll down under Nosy Dives and you're going to see this event. If you don't have a Roku TV, just click the link in the comments on YouTube and in the comments on Facebook. We're going to be right over here, okay? I will see you guys later, okay? Actually, I'll see you guys in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Bye-bye.